Ottawa. We're here doing a profile of an amazing almond croissant at Wild Oat in the Glebe. Did this on a takeout. We were at the Wild Oat earlier. It's an amazing bakery in Ottawa. They have lots of gluten-free products there, but I tend to not like the gluten-free products in general because a lot of times, although it is great they have gluten-free products, it's a lot of times gluten-free baking is very processed because in order to emulate the similar consistency of wheat flour, they end up putting a lot of different other sort of substitute type ingredients that is gluten-free, but in my view, most of the time, it's not that healthy for you and doesn't agree with me specifically. So I try to avoid the gluten-free stuff, but this is the almond croissant. It's a butter croissant. Amazing thing about it is that it's very bigger, a little bit bigger than the average croissant you get at other places. And the important thing about it is nice and sturdy. What I mean by sturdy is that it's heavy because it's packed with quality ingredients. It's not like you're eating a baking version of cotton candy, which in my view, most almond croissants I've tried, except this one, they're not worth the money. They're just very light and fluffy, and you're paying $5, $6. I know one place in Ottawa around Man Street, their croissants are like $8, $9, almost $10, and definitely not as good as the ones at the Wild Oat. The ones at the Wild Oat are amazing and sturdy. I mean that you actually feel like you're getting a meal with this. Now this is just over $5, and it's heavy. It's not like light, like you're eating some kind of puff pastry. It is heavy. You're getting value. It has got lots of almonds, as you see on there, and it's filled with a lot of almond paste, not just a tiny amount of paste that they just show to the almond croissant, as most somewhat pretentious bakers do. I can't recommend any other croissant in Ottawa that I've tried yet other than the Wild Oat as far as value and quality. It's A+. I rate this almond croissant as far as value, as far as taste, flavor profile, quality, all that stuff. I'd rate like this is a 9.5. In my view, you're not going to get much better as far as almond croissant in general. Now let's check this out. So that's the inside. You definitely taste the butteriness in there. Lots of layers. And then why this almond croissant is so sturdy, as I call it, is because at the Wild Oat, when they're not using gluten-free flour, they're using a very high quality flour. It tends to be on the heavier side, and it's very artisanal quality. I would definitely recommend everybody to avoid buying croissants at the supermarkets because you're getting a lot of crap, preservative stuff you don't want, artificial flavors, so-called natural flavors. Stay away from almond croissant or any kind of croissant at your local supermarket. So lots of almond paste. That's what it looks like inside the almond croissant. As you can tell, lots of layering, and the croissant paste inside. Fresh almonds. Nice and heavy, good quality stuff. So this is my recommendation. Almond croissant, Wild Oats, check it out. Glebe, around 3rd Avenue and Bank Street. About a 9.5. I'd rate this as far as value. Check them out, and I usually like to order the slighter, lighter ones because they tend to be more buttery than the charred, darker ones. So check that out at the Wild Oat on Bank Street. Thanks for watching another edition of the Ottawa Market.